Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my collard greens. So I've already picked the stems out of the greens, and then now I'm just stacking them on top of each other so that I can get ready to cut them. I roll them tightly as you see here, and then I just cut them. I try to keep them pretty even and throughout, and just cut them. This just makes them easier to serve, and you don't have to worry about cutting them up once you're ready to eat them when they're done. Next is washing. This is so critical. I put them in the sink. This is just how I do it. I add tons of pink Himalayan salt. Don't worry, they will not be salty. It's just gonna help get them clean. And I also add some white distilled vinegar, and this is also gonna help get the greens nice and clean, because they can be full of dirt and grit, and you don't want that in your final dish. So once you have that in there, fill the sink up with water and just squish them all around, being sure to pick out any bad leaves or pieces of green that you may see, and just squish them around for a few minutes. And then I take them out of the sink and put them in my bowl, and then that allows me to drain the sink and get ready to refill and wash them for a second time. And this is what this water looks like after the first time of me washing them. Pretty gross, but after maybe about 3 or 4 minutes of squishing the greens and washing them, that's what water looks like. And then I'm just dumping them back in the sink, adding more water, a little bit more vinegar this time, and washing them again for a second time. And I do want to add that before you do this, make sure you really do a nice deep cleaning to your sink. Clean it really well before you put your vegetables in there to do this, to clean them. So right here, I'm taking the greens out of the sink again, putting them in my little side bowl here to, again, get them ready to wash again. And this is how gross the water looks, so they still need to be cleaned a little bit more. So I'm dumping them back in the sink, and this time, I don't know if I can't remember if I added vinegar on this round too, but just wash them again, swish them around in the water for a few minutes, and then you can tell once they're ready, once they're nice and clean. Like, they even feel like very different once they're good and clean. And then the water on the third time around, as you can see, the water is like nice and clear. Like, it's nowhere near that gross, dirty greenish kind of color. It's just nice and clear. And that's when you know that they're clean. And then, like I said, they feel nice and clean. And right here I have my bowl full of beautiful, freshly washed, thoroughly clean collard greens. So next it's time to get your meat ready to cook the greens. And I love using salt cured pork. I get this from back home in Georgia. The most important thing about using the salt cured pork is that you wash it very well. So I just get some water, turn my water on, and just like rub them to kind of rub some of the salt out, because it's been cured in salt, so it can be a little salty. So you definitely have to wash it really well before you cook them. And so one cheat method that I use is by putting the salt cured pork in my pressure cooker to cook them, because you want it to be, you want your meat to be cooked a little bit before you put the greens in it. So I put them in a pressure cooker with some water, a little bit of crushed red pepper. Gotta have a tablespoon or so of bacon grease, and then I put them in my Instapot for about a good hour, and then this is what it comes out looking like. I put it in my regular, I have a collard green pot, every black mom does. And I add the collard greens to the pot, and even though there's like a ton of collard greens, put them in there. Once it's full, put the lid on. If you can't fit them, it's okay, they'll shrink down, and then you can add the rest. So that's what I'm doing here, just adding them as many to the pot as I can, and then I let it cook down a little bit, and then I add the rest. And then you just let it cook. Honestly, I can't even give you a real time of how long. You just gotta keep checking them until they are tender enough for you. You don't really need to add any more salt. You can taste it for salt. Some people add a pinch of sugar. But that's pretty much it. You let them cook until they're done, and this is what they come out looking like. Amazing, delicious. I can eat these just by themselves. Some people will eat some of the salt pork in them, but it's just, the flavor is incredible. You have to give this a try. A lot of people use other meats. You can just use whatever floats your boat. This is just how I do it. It's how I was taught by my mom, by my grandmother, by my dad, and it's delicious, and myself and my family, we love it. So please subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave a comment of how you make your greens, and thanks so much for watching.